G'day guys, so I'm going to do a quick video on, I looked everywhere on the internet, couldn't find one, Trailblazer 2019, going to install some King's double drawer, the 900ml drawers, also got a 30 litre King's fridge, drawer fridge. First part, I've obviously got to find out where I'm going to mount it. I'm going to be able to actually take it out and put it back so that I can use it as a 7-seater. I think I've got 3 good spots where I can anchor it down, and that's the main thing. Once I've got that done, then I'll be able to install the rest of it. So I'll take you along on the journey. Cheers. Worked out there's 2 tie points down here and here. This mechanism here. Now the reason I want to take this out is because here there is a access, take it out, to where the pin goes to lower the spare tyre. So we still need to be able to get access to that. We can't get access to it through this. So I need to get access to it. And I need to be able to bolt down to these 2 tie points because there's 2 little mounting points there and there. What I need to do though, obviously because of that lift, I'm not taking the chairs out. It will sit in there. I do have a tie down point on the back of that chair, so that chair won't fold forward while we've got the kitchen in, which is fine because I don't need it to. That one still will, so I can get access to essentially behind where I'm going to have the drawer fridge and the battery, so I can still get to the battery. I'm going to put it like a fake floor in here, and I'll be able to attach it at the back there, and to these 2 points is the idea. 175, so I've got to make a bracket that goes from there up 175mm. Looks like it's time for a trip to Bunnings. Okay, so after a quick trip to Bunnings, ended up with some bolts and nuts, bolt everything down, 38mm. The brackets that I want, so these brackets will eventually sit under there. There's enough room between there and there to get my 175. I'll bend that over. That'll be my anchor point. I bought these, so rather than getting 2 meters of the carpet they had there, which was about $50 for a meter long by 2 meters wide, I had these a meter by a meter for $17. So save yourself a few dollars there. Nice carpet, and it matches close enough. So got me a bit of timber. I'm going to take that bit of yellow tongue out of it. And then we're going to essentially glue one of these down. I'll get it all nice and flat and glue it on the sides, then I'll cut the excess off, which I'll take you through in a sec. And then once that's dry, I'll do the other side. I was going to use some glue that I had in the cupboard there, but well, I've had some of this, so it's premium spray adhesive. It does say that it's okay for fabrics, for timber, for metal, for a whole range of different things. She's had it for ages, so I'm going to give it a crack. Might be a lot easier. I didn't buy the spray on stuff they had at Bunnings because it was like $50 just for 1 can. And I'm trying to keep it under budget a bit. So and I got this tool, which hopefully will make things easier because I've had this in the shed for a while now, and I just found it. I thought that'll make things easier. And perfect. Oh, on the screen, lovely. Let's give it a crack. Ta-da! Okay, so what I've done is I've made these brackets, I've bent them at the end here, cut them off a little bit just so they fit into the well nicely. I found some old bolts that I had, cut them down to the right size and spaced them so then they will actually fit nice and tight now. So that when I bolt this to the actual timber that I'm going to place in here, when I actually undo it in the future, I only have to undo these two and the one at the back, and I'll be able to lift it up and slide it out with the brackets on it. That's the intention. Okay, so we're going to centralise this later, but we'll just get it in for now. I can see how it's going to sit. So it's going to sit pretty much like that. So yeah, so that's nice. I'll sit under there. I'll keep that nice and flat. I'll bolt these on. I'll mark them. I'll get it square first, and then I'll mark them. Okay. Okay, so one of the hardest parts that I've been trying to deal with is how to fix that back end down, because there are no actual tie down points there. The only ones that are there appear to be the ones that actually hold the seat. However, there is ones on the back that you can use, and they're just a loop. So now we've got this end tied down nicely. I just want to make sure that end's tied down so that when you've got the drawer open, it doesn't flip up. So I will. So been down to Bunnings, had a look, and we had like 4 or 5 different ideas, as I say, and I've come up with this as the idea. So this little latch here, what I'm going to do is, because the tie down point down there actually goes that way, so it goes horizontal, I will actually have one of these in the shed, which is this. So the horizontal will hook onto there, leaving a hook for this loop to hook onto, and then this actual latch, I'll be able to latch onto it. So essentially I'll be able to put it in, latch it shut, and that will, so yeah, I'll take it in closer and show you. Okay, so as you can see, there's not too much to latch it to. Down the back there is one of these, which essentially when it opens up, as you can see, it's just a tie down point. So when the seat is sitting up, like so, there's one just in there. I don't know if you can see it, but it is just there. And so I'll be able to latch down to it. So I'll attach the bracket here, and then it'll actually go down onto that, and then I'll be able to latch it down, and that should hold it down nice and tight. Okay, so essentially I have now latched this onto the back. I've bolted it on, and that's how it goes. So it'll sit down like so, down on that bottom hook. Got one, another one there, which leaves us an upward hook. That upward hook will hook into the anchor point, and then it will pull tight. When we pull on this, it'll pull it up, pulling it tight. It just fits, and there we go. That's actually really good. Alright, so that's nice and tight. That's not flapping around. Yeah, that's going to hold it down nicely, which means it's a nice, quick, easy release. And we do want to take it out. Okay, so that's stage 1. So that's really nice and secure now. It's not going anywhere. Once I get the drawers on, it's not going to go anywhere. That's very nice and secure. It's latched down. It's not going to float and jump around. It's latched out at that end, so you can't lift it. It's not going to pull forward when you get the drawer out, so I'll give it a nice leverage. Yeah, perfect. And it's got that one latch, 2 screws, and the whole thing can come out. Now I will have the drawer unit in there. I'll get stuck into that tomorrow, and we'll put the frame in. So the frame will actually probably stay with this piece of timber. Let's hope. Okay guys, so day 2, going to install the drawers on top of the board that I put in yesterday. So it comes with the instructions. I've actually had a look at the instructions online, and I've had a look at the video tutorials I've got, so they're pretty straightforward. I'll take the drawers out, take the tops off because I want to be able to put the stoppers in, install it all, see how it all fits, then take it out again, obviously, just to make sure that I get it all right, because I want to put the bolts in from underneath of that board that I put in yesterday. But yeah, essentially it just comes with the set of units, instructions, stoppers, and nuts and bolts to bolt it down. That's it. It's all assembled. There we go. Okay, so what I've done is, on the left hand side I've drilled it to the left of the bracket or the slot, and on the right hand side to the right. Now the reason being is that means now when it's in there like that, each side will stop the unit from moving left or right, and should just help with the movement of it, making sure it's nice and secure and not allow it to slide on those slots. Right, I'll go and do the front. Found these brackets that I had lying around. They're going to work just perfectly. So I'm going to find a spot about there in the middle, I reckon, of this drawer. I will end up bolting this to there, but I'm going to screw this down first. The idea will be is that I have another bolt that will come up underneath that then has a wing nut, and the wing nut will just screw down onto one of these to hold it in place. So this will stay with the unit, but these are just temporary for now. So that is where I can now mark and know that's where that bolt's going to go. Now I am going to put another nut underneath it, so I won't mark this 100% just yet. I'll do that when I come back in and bolt it down. So that is where we're going to put the bolt. So just to show what I mean, again, these are just bolts I had lying around the place. So that bolt comes up from underneath here. So remember, these were just put in just to hold it in place while I was working on it. Take that off. I'll go on. And get my overkill spinner. And then I'll just tighten them up from underneath. Right, so that'll permanently be there like that. Then when we put the unit on, this will slide over there like that, and all I have to do is whack on the wing nut to tie it down, and that'll be my quick release. Best part of the job. Essentially, go over there. There it is. Just whack a couple of wing nuts on those, and then I'll be able to put that seat up, lock it down, and do the bolt to the front. Yes. Okay, so because I want to actually mount the battery back here and I want to keep it as far back this way as possible, what I'm planning on doing is I've got these two brackets that come off of the top of this, which normally would go there. Because the front one's going to have the fridge on it, I don't need them, so I'm actually not going to put them back on at the front. It's got other screws that hold the top on. So I've taken these two. One I'm going to reposition on top of it here to allow a strap to connect to go over the battery, and another one I'm going to place here to allow it so that it's got as less, so I put it this way, obviously I lose some room. If I go this way, I gain a bit of room, and hopefully it's just enough. I've measured out to fit. So all right, let it crack. Okay, so yeah, it's a bit rough, but you can see on top it does the job. It's not going anywhere. And now tie down a nice anchor point there to go over the battery to make sure the battery's nice and secure. And I'll put the other one, I'll mount that in here. It's good to go. Okay, so it's attached, ready for the battery to sit here and strap over to the other one that we've got when it's fixed on. Now what I'm going to do is I use some bolts I had lying around, so they're a bit long, so I'm just going to cut those off. The hacksaw, and then put it all back together and see how she looks. And now I'm just going to bolt that one back on, but before I do, one thing I did remember is that I do need to put the stoppers on the drawers before I put them back in. So I'll do that now. I do hear a lot of people say that when they install these drawers, and I'll show you, they say they have a lot of movement. Now, actually I won't be able to show you because I've already installed one. But that has no movement. And the reason they have no movement is before I put the rubbers in, they actually had about that much movement. They were shaking around, but with the rubbers in the right way, they don't, because when you put the rubbers in, they're shaped this way. And so this here is towards the front of the drawer. So this one in particular would go on the outside of that side because it's got the screws there. The bolts come in from inside the drawer, and this sits on the outer of the drawer and hits up against the last roller bearing and stops it from coming all the way out. What it also does is inside, it protrudes about that far back past the back of the drawer, which then hits up against the back of the cabinet, which then, as you close it, you have to almost force it just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit to lock it in. So you can see here on this one, all right, it's got both of them in both sides. It doesn't come out. When you push it back, you lift this up to go in, it doesn't just click in. You actually have to give a little bit of a push because those rubbers at the back need to be nice and tight, and that stops it from rolling and shaking around. So yeah, so when you're putting them in, it is difficult. I actually drilled, the carpet is laid after they've drilled the holes, so you can't find the holes. So I actually drilled through the carpet while they were out, just so that I could eyeball and see where they are. Makes it a little bit easier. And yeah, as I say, so flat side down, there's a chamfered side, flat side down, nuts to the outer, that little round bit to the back, because that's your buffer at your back. Nice big flat edge to hit the roller bearing. That's the way to install them. I couldn't see anything in the instructions themselves. Don't even have a picture of it. They just sort of go, oh, this is, you put the rubber in, so you can't really see it. But that's how they go in to make sure it doesn't vibrate and rock around. I'll get the last one done. Drawers are in. Got the battery box strapped down onto those tie points that we put in. So yeah, good to go. Now just got to put the fridge slide in here. So you guessed it, fridge slide is next. Big job, but one weekend. Mandatory unboxing, as they say. go. It's quite well packed. Got a plug on the side there, so that'll be fine for connecting up directly to the battery. Okay, so my biggest concern with this all the way along has been, will it fit? And we can stand this to there. I might end up putting it on the drawer side. We'll see how we go. It's not a matter of it fits, it's a matter of it fits with the door shut. Out here in the window. Oh, you kidding me? I mentioned that inside the drawers of this little pack. There you go. Manual, heading, manual. We have 4 L brackets and 4 screws. I will show you where they go. We'll pick those up in a sec. You can see on the side here, there's one there, so you can screw it straight down, another one down that end. There are some on top as well, in case you want to screw it up to a roof. Okay, so she's in, she works, fridge drawer, lovely, I can get to all my drinks. Go in here, get all my stuff under there, the battery fits in the back there. Perfect, the door closes without any trouble whatsoever. Got about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches between the window and that, so any sort of movement, which so yeah, everything's locked in. These drawers are nicely fitted now, which is great. Just going to put the kitchen stuff together. So I hope this video does it justice. Idea is that, yep, I've got the fridge here, so I've got all my stuff out in the fridge. I can open this up. Got my table. It's on the end here like so. Nice and easy. Take my cooker out, and as it's supposed to, fits perfectly on there. That's it. If hope it helps somebody when they come to do a drawer and fridge install in a Holden 2019 Trailblazer. All the best. Cheers, guys.